The Xenon 6 bass blew my brains out, and I keep coming back for more. Hello and thank you for clicking on this video where we've reached the final episode of this 3-part series featuring Fur Audio IEMs. And today we'll be talking about Fur Audio's top of the line, the creme de la creme, is the Xenon 6/XE6, which is a 6-driver IEM configuration coming in at a whopping $3,900 which is a new record for this channel in terms of STRATOS-FI level price tag. And once again, this moment will not be possible without Damien for allowing me to be a part of the Australian Head-Fi tour, and for Fur Audio for graciously loaning this unit for the tour. So thank you all for this opportunity, and I'm grateful that I'm able to share this experience with all of you on this channel. As always, if you've enjoyed my content and would like to support the channel, a sub to the channel and a like to this video will be greatly appreciated. Daddy needs a new Xenon 6. I won't be talking about unboxing because similar to the Neon 4, it simply comes with the leather carrying case and it's pretty much the same design with the same accessories with the Atom modules, cleaning tools and interchangeable ear tips. I've already covered the Atom modules in the Neon 4 video, but I'll leave a link in the description down below. But essentially, they're really tiny, you should keep them safe because the risk of losing them is extremely high. And I won't be able to analyze the difference in sound from the different atoms, so I'll be describing the sound based on the silver atoms. The cable itself feels like the Effect Audio Aries or Cadmus 4 wires, but just in black. Again, I'm not sure if this is the stock cable, but I feel if you're already spending this much on an IEM, you might want to pair this up with something that not only will complement this IEM sonically, but will also match its looks in terms of design and build quality. For the design of the Xenon 6 IEMs, it's pretty similar to the Neon 4 and the Radon 6 in terms of shape, but it is the heaviest among the three, and it's probably due to the fact that the Xenon 6 is made from stainless steel while the Neon 4 and the Radon 6 is made from aluminium, and you really feel the weight of the Xenon 6, especially when you're wearing them. More on that later, but the black faceplate with the gold sparkles and the XE6 logo in its own design with the Fur Audio logo on either faceplates surrounded by the all gold body just speaks premium. If you love your gold, the Xenon 6 is covered by it.
I love gold!
It's eye-catching, it'll grab people's attention. If you want something subtle, something simple, the Xenon 6 is not it. And for the amount of money you're paying for this IEM, you'd want it to grab people's attention, and it will. For fit and comfort, because of how heavy this IEM is, ear tips play a huge role in ensuring a secure fit, and that affects how it sounds as well. The Xenon 6 tends to want to fall out of my ears personally, and it doesn't have enough contours to rest on my ears, but it doesn't give any pressure points as well, and with good ear tips comes great fit and seal. Once you get that seal, oh, you're in for a ride. For sound, similar to the other Fur Audio IEMs, the sound I'm about to describe is on the silver Atom module. For bass, that first note from Bad Guy from Billie Eilish, it slaps hard from the Xenon 6. As mentioned earlier, Fur Audio talks about having this technology called the kinetic bass, which is essentially putting the dynamic driver in the area where you saw the grill as shown earlier, and this supposedly transmits sound in a way where it's supposed to make you hear and feel the bass as well. And for the most part, especially when it comes to bass impact and slam, I certainly felt it. It punches really hard. Every note is hitting with a lot of weight and fullness. There's some rumble coming in from the deep end, but its highlight is mostly in the mid-bass region, and it's such a full-bodied, rounded bass note that I feel it almost takes away the focus from the sub-bass. I'm addicted to it. I can't get enough of it. If you're looking for that breathtaking, soul-crushing rumble, that title still belongs to the Maestro IEMs from Fat Freak, but if you're looking for pound and slam, just pure bass muscle, I'm listening to the new king right here. For mid-range, this is one of those examples where a graph doesn't necessarily tell the full story, because looking at that much bass in the graph, you'd think the mids are totally enveloped by all that bass. But that's definitely not the case with the Xenon 6, as you still get the vocals coming through because the overall presentation is on the forward side, so everything sounds pretty close to your ears and is positioned in a way where the vocals and the background music can at least stand toe to toe with the amount of bass that's coming your way. vocal notes sound full and there's some weight behind each note. Of course, the focus can sometimes be taken away from the vocals and it's not really a vocal focused kind of presentation, and if vocals are your priority, then the Xenon 6 is not the best pick as you receive your music as a whole. For treble, fortunately, there's enough highs in the treble to cut through all that bass, and it hits my personal preference on how much treble I'd want in an IEM when I have this much bass. Fur Audio has found that balance, and it gives enough that vocals still retain that openness and clarity to its note with a little bit of sparkle as well. I would even put a mild caution to treble sensitive people, but for me personally, it's just sitting on that border and it never crosses the line of being either harsh or sibilant. It's more of a nibble rather than a bite to the ears, and it's just what is required for this type of presentation. Though female vocals are also threading that line of sounding just a tad thin, but there's enough treble extension to give trumpets that sharp and distinct attack to their notes. It also helps with other aspects of the frequencies, which I'll elaborate more later. All in all, the Xenon 6 presents a true V-shaped sound with equal ratios from the lower and high frequencies. How does all of the above assist with Xenon 6's technicalities? Let's explore. For technicalities, because of how close everything sounds to your ears, it gives off a very personal, intimate kind of soundstage presentation, which can be great for slow tracks, but on really busy tracks like anime tracks, it can get busy, but in a way where you're getting all the information coming your way, because the imaging on the Xenon 6 is fantastic. Details are surprisingly coming through from the track, again something that you wouldn't expect to come with a bass presentation like this. Of course, don't be expecting microscopic level of details, because there's also bass details coming through, and as mentioned earlier, they can sometimes be the highlight of the track instead of those little nuances. There's enough separation within the sound, and coupled with the imaging, it does create some sense of depth within that soundstage intimacy. However, as mentioned earlier, having so many information coming your way, it can get a little fatiguing, especially with how close it is to your ears, but the Xenon 6, in my books, is doing a great job at giving you all those details, even with that amount of bass. Goes to show, if you want everything on your pie, you gotta pay for it. In this case, $3,900 for bass and details. Oh, that price tag hurts my soul. So versus the Radon 6 and the Neon 4. All Fur Audio IEMs have been compared using the silver atoms inside the IEMs, and I'll leave links to their individual impression videos in the description down below, but to summarize it all, the Neon 4 is essentially the little brother to the Xenon 6, having strong bass but is lacking a bit of that top end, so the entire presentation is predominantly occupied by the bass. The Radon 6 has more of a balanced type signature with much less impact and bass presentation, providing a cleaner and leaner mid-range presentation, and is more detail focused. And then you have the Xenon 6 with that monstrous bass, and it's all about bringing the fun from your music. I want to party with the Xenon 6, I want to monitor with the Radon 6, and I just want to bob my head with the Neon 4 and not worry about anything else. For power, I've mentioned this in my other two videos, but essentially the Fur Audio Xenon 6, like the Neon 4 and the Radon 6, takes very little to power. 8 o'clock dial max on my Half-Harmonic EF400 on the 4.4mm termination. So to sum it all up, this is one of the few times where I'm actually contemplating about whether I should spend $3,900 US, which is equivalent to 6,500 Australian dollars on an IEM, because I simply enjoyed the presentation from the Fur Audio Xenon 6. It's an extremely fun sounding IEM with details coming through that it proves why it deserves to be priced above its other siblings in the lineup. Of course, they all carry a ridiculous price tag, but I'm really sad to be parting ways with the Xenon 6 at the end of this tour. Time to scratch some lottery tickets. I need me a new Xenon 6. With that all said, that concludes my experience with the Fur Audio Xenon 6. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If money isn't an issue, which STRATOS-FI level IEM would you purchase? And with that all said, thank you once again to Damien from the Australian Head-Fi Tour and Fur Audio for this opportunity, and to all of you for watching. Until the next experience, take care and happy listening.